Welcome to Drafting Best 3, where we show you the best 3 games from our recent Twitch streams. Today we have an aggressive deck featuring Halana and Alena. I hope you enjoy the video and would love to hear your thoughts on the gameplay in the comments below. Please leave a like and subscribe to his channel and follow us on Twitch for the live content.
Okay. Off the opening hand, I think this one's keepable. It's not amazing, but it's not terrible. Alright, we'll just start off using the Evolving Wilds just to thin out the deck a little bit, grab ourselves a green source. We already have enough lands to cast all the cards in our deck with the exception of the Worm. Hopefully we can stop drawing lands. Reverse white-black. I could run out the Sharpshooter here, but I think I'll run out Taxidermist. No, I still... This is actually kind of tough. No, I'm going to run out Taxidermist in case we draw another one of our better 5-drop options. If not, we can always then run out the Cloak Cadet. Okay, so opponent plays... Oh, there's one of our solid options there. But I'm going to play that next turn. I'm going to play Cloak Cadet this turn. The reason why I'm choosing to do this order is because that way I can try to get the +1/+1 counter distribution and draw a card without the person killing the this, because this is more important. For those that don't know the Bloodsworn Squire, you can spend 2, discard a card to give it indestructible until the turn, but you also have to tap it. Then if there are 4 or more creature cards in your graveyard, you transform it. And on the backside, it has power tough to single number of cards in the graveyard, with the ability to still discard cards to give it the indestructible. So opponent plays Nurturing Presence. Now whenever a creature enters the battlefield under control, they'll get +1/+1 until the turn, and generates a spirit token. And I put Radiant Grace on it. So we'll say no blocks and take the hit. And let's see, for our turn, we will play Halana. From Halana, we put the counters on to the Cloaked Cadet. Or actually, no, we put it on the Taxidermist. This is why. Because you'll get 2 counters put on Taxidermist. And we can move to combat, attack. And we'll be able to train, put a counter onto the Cadet. Now, we are presenting them a trade option with the Taxidermist, and they could block, discard a card, giving their creature indestructible. But we're forcing them to start pitching cards at that point. Which means we're going to pressure their hand a little bit. Okay, opponent pitches a land. Let's see. If Halana and Alena manage to stick to the board, we can enchant it with Nature's Embrace. And also play out this Fearful Villager and give it the Fearful Villager haste. The thing is, I don't think we attack with the Cloak Cadet next turn. Even if we do that, just because this giant Vigilance body they have. We're going to take the hit. It's going to hurt. Opponent's actually tapped out. So we could remove that indestructible body off the board. That doesn't sound like a bad idea. So we'll get this off the board. Alright, so... Oh, I should have actually played this first. That was a bad on me, because this now enchants this set where a creature enters battlefield tapped. We are going to hold back on the defense, just because we're a little low on life. We won't be able to actually get any haste attacks in while that enchantment is on us. Because it just is going to tap down our cards before they can actually do anything. So if we get our enchantment removal, we could clean that up. Makes that we can start attacking in again, but didn't seem to be the case on what we drew. Drawing sharpshooters isn't bad. I think, though, at this point we'll actually enchant here, since our opponent's low on cards. Still put the counters on Cadet. This way, the opponent won't be able to have anything that can potentially block and kill that. But not only that, I want to keep getting the card draw. If I put it onto the Epicure, it's just a vampire. It won't trigger because this requires it to be put onto a human. Let's see. From here, we could, if we move to combat, we could put the counters onto Sharpshooter, and as well attack and still train up the Sharpshooter. Or put the counters on Epicure, get the attack still to trigger there. Okay, actually, we're just going to put it onto Sharpshooter. And we're going to attack with these two, getting another train. Really pressure the opponent's life total there, but we're holding back on the blocks, just because we don't want to get blown out by a counterattack. Let's see. And we'll still aggressively play to this board. And we'll throw out one of our Fearful Villagers, just so that way we have the Menace Body. This way also, if it goes to night, Fearful Village will be... Fearful Villager will be able to be on... be a 4/3. Let's see. If we go to attacks, we can get this damage through regardless. They have to block something. So, I think we have an easy lethal situation here. I'm still gonna play it safe. Just don't want the opponent to suddenly blow us out because we they have a block pump that gives them extra life. Now they stay alive instead because of the 4 life they gained. Alright, I chose not to play anything else because we can flash in Stalker at their end step. So even if they board wipe, we have a way to still get an attack in. Alright, we'll get there. This actually seems like a pretty solid hand. All we have to do is draw one more mana to get to Halana, and as long as it doesn't die to a removal spell, and we get, like, you know, another land after that, this drops down, being able to swing in immediately for 6 as a 6/6 menace creature. And the turn that this comes down, if we still have our Blood Petal out, we can put the counters on this, making it a 4/3 with first strike whenever it attacks. That's also really good with this. Alright, we might just be playing this onto our land just to make sure that we can cast Halana. Alright, opponent plays a Cruel Witness. We are going for the ramp. And passing back. For a witness, whenever they cast a non-creature spell, they can look at the top card of their library and they may put that card into their graveyard. We do have 2 different removal spells for it. Not sure which one I want to prioritize. Might want to use the Canopy just because it's more restricted on what it can target. Okay, still hoping to draw more mana. Did not. Got a creature taps for mana, but not an actual land. What do you have for a green opponent? Oh, they have Taxidermist in play, so they technically have 2 mana. Alright, opponent paused for some reason. Still letting actions go through. I think the opponent put on a full control mode after we resolved Halana, or as we were trying to cast it, to try to spook us. Alright, opponent's turning this into a race. We will... I'm worried that they might have the 2 mana pump that gets trampled. If they have that, we get blown out pretty hard. So I'm going to choose no blocks. We did not draw land, so we're going to play the Taxidermist. And we're going to give it haste. And doing that... Wait, we should be able to... Oh, that's right. We have to go to combat to do that. Let's see, we'll attack in again with this. Alright, opponent's going to let a trade happen here from what it looks like. Alright, they did have the Massive Might, which is what we actually wanted to avoid happening. So it's a good thing we didn't block that turn. We will go for a Crushing Canopy, though, to destroy their creature with flying. Probably should have let them resolve their effect first. See if they want to keep their top card. Alright, opponent's digging for lands. But now we don't have to worry about a pump spell if they attack with Taxidermist. I guess we still do. I mean, if they all attack, we don't have to worry about a pump spell. If they only attack with 2, we still have to worry about a pump spell. Alright, no attacks from the opponent. Let's see, we could play the Celebrant here. I think we'll actually go for the Guest. We'll just only attack them with the Guest. We'll hold the others back for defense. Before we pass it back over to them, we're actually going to discard this Lightning Wolf. We need to draw lands. We're not getting it. Nice thing about Guest, though, is it does have trample. So as we keep pumping it with the partners, it will become more and more of a threat. Alright, Millipede from our opponent. It mills a couple cards, and then gets +1/+1 counters put onto it for all the creatures in the graveyard. Unfortunately for the opponent, they just milled 3 lands. Oh boy. It's a good thing we had this to play on there for mana. Otherwise we would be in a lot of trouble. We're gonna risk our opponent having bounce spells by trying to enchant the partners. Okay, they have the counterspell, which we can't pay for. Very rude of our opponent. But something they definitely had to do. Alright, opponent says that they have to block. They can't take all that damage there. We're going to continue to discard because we want lands. Play out a chump blocker. Man, we're almost at a 60% like draw rate for our like next, like off our draw. We should have like a 60% chance to draw land. So we shouldn't whiff. All right, we're going for the chump block. We still missed the land. Oh, how did that happen? Let's see. If we play this, we can attack with both. Have to use 2 creatures to block this, and they have to block guest. But can't dedicate that much to the attacks there. We're gonna play prisoner, just have this big body for blocking with. Alright, more counters onto the guest. Guest keeps attacking. If they block with the hunter, they end up actually having to use 2 creatures to trade. Make sure to get rid of that 6/6 body. Alright. We do make their taxidermist larger, but ours also gets larger as well. Because we have enough creatures in our graveyard, and opponent scoops it up. Oh, that was a bit of a chore. Okay, seems like a pretty keepable hand. Evolving Wilds can get us our red source. Then we have 3 mana into an Embrace. That means that we can get a little extra ramp that we can play Wolf, even if we miss a land drop. If we draw 1 more land, then we can play Lacerate Flesh because of the Embrace. Alright, we drew a land, so we're just immediately going to Evolving Wilds. We'll still go ahead and get ourselves a red source. Okay, that's a strong draw right there. Now, the question is, do we play the Embrace for mana? I think we will because we drew a second one. Alright, so we'll lead off with Lightning Wolf, because there's no other creatures for us to really pump with this. And that way, if they do have a removal spell, they may choose to use it against Lightning Wolf. Although I'm always worried about counter spells coming from opponents that are in the blue category. Alright, if our opponent just... Alright, opponent attacks in. If they don't spend any mana, we are not going to... Alright, they spent mana. They left up mana in such a way. I'm going to lead off with Epicure, see if opponent has a stop. They do. Next to that stop, I'm not going to risk this spell. I'm going to go for the Lacerate. Alright, what was with that stop? I'm going to hold back on defense. Opponent, spend your mana! Opponent did spend mana. Play the Scavenger. It's actually a strong card against us because of the Death Touch. Alright, so we will go for the Partners. And we're going to give it the Embrace. Give that a lot of counters and attack. Now, we just have to hope our opponent does not have a Destroy spell. because we would have lost all of our value with that one go there. In fact, we may have wanted to not attack with the creatures, just hold up the wolf strike. We'll block that. I don't see a reason not to. Alright, Riptide Gargantua off the exploit. We will sacrifice our wolf. Alright, we drew a creature. That's exactly what we needed. Get our counters on there. We get some damage in. Thanks to first strike on both of these, we don't have to worry about our creatures dying in a trade. Opponent, not realizing our creatures have first strike, block the smaller creature. Holding up Bull Strike now, just to be able to be a good removal spell. Alright. Do they exploit with that Stitch Assistant? If they do, they're going to be in for a world of hurt. Alright, we let them scry draw first. Alright, did they get another 1-drop or removal spell? Alright, we go for the removal. And we give the opponent a good game.
Thank you for watching the video. Please leave a like if you enjoyed and subscribe for more content. If you'd like to join me while I stream, you can find me on Twitch, the link below. I hope to see you again in the next video, and have a nice one.